Glad to see everybody's back.
Hi, James. It's Margaret.
Margaret's here.
Yes, yay.
How you doing?
Good. How are you?
All right. What is it, 9 o'clock there?
Yep.
Oh,
So
boy.
I'm gonna stay on hopefully till 10:30
Okay. All right.
and
We'll have it all done by 10:30 then
and
for
watch what you do. I'll watch
you.
what you do.
Well, thank you. Thank you. We will, you know, maybe we should just move these on up for you, right? We can start at 5 and that'll be your 7 o'clock your time, right?
Yeah, that would be great. I'm not sure everybody else would like it though.
I know you get the California guys and they go, "What? I
Yeah.
can't do that." Yeah, it's a time to tell us. Trouble with doing these is, yeah, I got a. There's always a time zone issue.
That's okay. It works out anyway.
Okay,
Yeah. I
but
love those
good.
chickens. I love
Go.
doing those chickens in beer.
I told you, you haven't lost it. You still have it. You
Yeah.
did really well on. Oh,
Oof.
sorry, hit the wrong button.
Jim, I have a quick question. This is Kim.
Hi, Kim.
Hello.
Hello. How are you?
I'm well. It's only 8 o'clock here, not 9. Um, my question is this: when you send us those images, they have the value scale down the right-hand side.
Right.
How do I find that to apply or attach to my own images?
Oh man, that's big money. You gotta, you gotta. You know, what I do, I just take it off my old ones. I just take it and uh, select that little bar and
Oh,
copy it.
I can detach it from your images, you think?
Well, that's what I do. I always just take it
Oh,
from
okay.
and drop it in over a thing. The grayscale really doesn't change
Okay. All right. I'll
from one
try it.
image to another. If you're any good at Photoshop, or that's all it is.
I can get better. Let's put it that way.
Yeah, it's pretty simple. Pretty simple.
Okay.
Okay. All right. Am I doubling up sound wise? No? Okay. Well, let me get my second phone here set up. And we will be great, good to go. Oh. Yeah, I was in a workshop in till Saturday in Augusta, Georgia. So coming back from there, I'm just got to reset up everything. I took everything apart.
Looks like you had a good turnout.
Yeah, they did. It was a good place. It's it's kind of like it was a big studio where big uh, old store in one of those strip malls, and these artists came together and they all pay a little rent and they get their space in this big old area, and it's pretty nice. I mean, they have a lot of good artists down there, and they all get along real well. So that's always a problem with when you do those things is, man, you get one bad person, one person doesn't clean up their area or something, and you can have problems really quick. All right, but here we go. Hey, today's our first one out of the bag here of spring. It's good to see you guys back. We didn't have that much time off. I didn't take that much time off, but we had like a week and a half off, 2 weeks off. And I still threw in a free painting class for you guys. So you guys should not be complaining too much about being rusty.
You gave us a breather.
I give you a week breather. And some of you guys took off and painted. That was good to see good, paintings show up on the student site there. Good job, Lynette. And I saw Kim's came up there. So I can see you guys are working hard. You know, the rest of you guys are a bunch of slackers, but we're gonna.
Well,
we will.
they just didn't put them because they would have showed us up. So
Oh yeah, I know. I know that. I know that. Okay, we will get off that. Anyway, good to see you guys again. We're going to be doing quite a few little paintings this year. We got eight weeks. I think we run pretty smooth. There might be one hiccup in there, in the 8 weeks somewhere, but I know Saturday has quite a few hiccups, so they're going to be going like an extra couple weeks after we're done. So we might have to add a couple extra weeks in there to keep you guys, even and stuff. So that means Monday night gets all the good stuff. So,
well, we better.
Yeah, you better. Yeah. Well, till everybody shows up here, we got a few minutes. We're ready to go here, but to give them a few minutes. We'll be painting some landscapes. I have a lot of calls for animals and stuff, so we'll be putting in animals in between things. And for people who want to paint just animals, I will be kind of interchanging Saturday and Monday every other week. They could be doing an animal. It might not be a huge, portrait or anything like that. Probably more an animal in a landscape type thing, or even smaller. But it might be that big, little baby one. But we'll figure it out. Like even in this one, I think when that said, "Where's the seagulls on this one?"
I said they were behind the clouds.
Behind the clouds. We will get seagulls. We could put seagulls all over this thing. And you'll be fine. That's an easy one. That might be the kind of thing that brings a lot of life to it. We just painted seagulls, a couple weeks ago.
Yeah.
So if you go back to your reference, you'll probably be able to find something, because anything we're going to put in this one has to be small anyway. Well, maybe not that small. Maybe we can get them down in here or something. Sorry about the print. My ink jet just decided it wasn't going to print any yellow. But I'll bring it back. I'll bring it up in a second. But this will be painting. This is like Maine, little. It's more of a hut than anything else in Maine. If you have the old one, I sent out two. One has a little bit of. Sorry, somebody's ripping something right by their mic. Hold on, I gotta mute you guys for a second. Sorry, you're all muted. Now, if you want to talk, you gotta unmute yourself. Everybody wants to talk. I understand that, but here we go. So I sent out two. One has more of a cloud. I decided after looking at it, going, yeah, it gets kind of boring. It's good, it's solid and stuff, but it's a nice, simple one I like to teach for the first one to get you guys going again. But I said, let's at least put a cloud in it to give them something back there and stuff to make it exciting. So let me pull it up, and I'll go through a little bit more things. Maybe we will put in some seagulls. Maybe we'll put a person in. Oh, wouldn't that be nice?
Flowers.
Oh, flowers would be nice. Well, that's the thing is if you look at it, a little bit, you can start to see the fence, falling over sand fence there. Decrepit stairs. You got to see this, the doorways. You don't see too much more going over this way. You come back this way, and we do get to see it here. We do get to see a little bit of land across the bay there, or a little bit of water going on there. So there is some stuff. There is some decrepitness under the roof. You can see some lot of shingles have been blown off. Um, you know, but we have done roofs now, haven't we? We've done rough roofs and things like this will have a lot of texture in it. And we decided we know how not to paint every piece of the texture, but how to get around it. This one has some nice sand coming through it, you know, leading the eye through here into here, you know, and then we got all these other things, and that's why I put the cloud up there for we can get that to take us up and around a little bit more. Other things that we want to see, I want to see, you know, I was talking about maybe putting a person right there. That's it. You know, they have bunny ears too. Something like that. That's kind of stuff we'll do. Or, you know, it's very easy because seagulls would be all over a roof like this. You know, they almost line up on a roof like this if they wanted to stay there. So that could be yeah, as you can just see that, you go, well, that kind of works. That kind of really starts to bring some life into it. And then you have a couple flying birds and you're set. Okay. Seagulls are easy to do.
That'll be fun.
Oh, would be fun. Won't that be so much fun?
We want
Fun till the T-bird's gone, right? All right. So that's all that stuff can work pretty well. Let's see. Get rid of this. You know, so what I think I was gonna look at is values. This value of this the side of this building. You look at it value-wise. Look at across here. You don't even see it on here. You have to squint. You squint. It's like a 7. I mean, it comes all the way down here to a 7, basically. You know, down here. So, oh, sorry. So let me do that again. You know, you know, it comes down here to a 7. And then this light over here on this side, you know, you got all these guys coming to about a 7. That's how dark that is. This one might even be a little bit darker than 7. You might slide closer to the 8 side of the grayscale. This guy, yeah, you can see him. He's right here. He could be really close to a 3, you know? Probably, you know, the better, you know, just that brightness right here, because he's only right in this area, would be really nice to, you know, separation and give us a nice, clean, hard edge right in here. You know, give us a nice, clean edge right there. Not like the one I just did with my finger, but, you know, a nice, clean edge like that. That'll be fun. That'll be fun to do. And of course, you got the window inside there. That's our only window. Pretty simple. Didn't get many windows. We got a couple doors, simple doors, really basically, you know, shadow lines. That's about all they are. Same with the roof. Nothing too hard to put together. You got some steps on each side. And then we got this decrepit fence falling down. That's pretty much the reason I took it, is because of this fence was falling down. I would say, just by what I just did, I would make it more fence, you know, coming over here, and then some greenery. Maybe move this greenery, you know, that way a little bit, and make it more fence. As we can see, it's very easy to do. I'd rather see more fall off fence than greenery. That's going to be, as you can tell, the greens are very close in value. They are going to be a little tricky to separate out. So even by just adding a little more fence here, going in here and then bringing the greens in, you know, will probably open this painting up a little bit better. You know, you might be able to carry this line in over here and stuff and go over across over across the little dune here or something. You know, we'll be making a few things up. That's what I hope to do here. And we should have time to do it. I think this guy is not you know, basically we've got two big blocks and some greens and some sand in the sky. So a good one to start off with, because I think it'll be a lot of fun. What I'm going to look for is a lot of little color in here too. I know, yeah, I told you it's going to be like a pretty much a 7, maybe darker, you know, on the side. But definitely we're going to see some cool sides at the bottom. And you can almost see this yellowish up here, how yellow it gets up there. It's reflecting from the top, the eaves. It's usually reflects down a little bit, so you get a little goofy warmth in there and stuff. That should be interesting to put in. Okay. This guy here, I was going to say too, this little bush here, you know, it's not probably a big selling point in a painting, that little bush on the side there. So if you want to get, you know, push it down, get rid of it, for it doesn't really, you know, I just don't like it on both sides. I think I'd rather have it on one side than both sides. So if I was going to move it, I'd move it probably over here to the right a little bit. You know, just slide it over here, maybe a little bit, and tuck it in a little bit farther, and then just have this come in and have the greenery still go through there, but not have this thing, you know, right there, because you got a lot of little things like coming in there, and then having that, which is a stupid shape to have everything, you know, come to, because it doesn't say anything. So I'd rather have nothing there and then just slide it over. Okay, that would be my point. And then of course the birds on top. Yeah, I added the cloud because I thought the cloud, it just needed something back there. Otherwise it was just you. But you guys could be the judge of that. If you guys want to use the old one and use the without it, that'd be fine too. Not a biggie. Okay. Any questions? You can turn your mics on and ask any fabulous questions on it so far.
Why did you pick this?
Why did I pick this? I don't know. I was just, you know, just looking really hard when I came back yesterday, and I just said I'm really tired and I don't want to paint really hard, so I'll do this one. That's what no. No.
Yours will turn out beautiful. So
I love that honesty. That's great.
You know, it would. No, I figured we got a few new people, so I wanted to make sure everybody got a good taste of this before we dive into some harder ones. And this is still, even easy ones like this, you know, doesn't mean they can't turn out really nice and stuff. Basically, I remember Collie Whissen painting one just like this, and it was great. So if Collie can do it, I'm going to do it. So, but this is my version. Let's see what we can do. Anybody other questions? Okay, here we go. Going to go over to the palette, and we will get going. Like, boy, I got to remember how to do this stuff. I kind of forgot how to do everything. What the heck? Where is it? Wait, no. Huh. I know what I did. Sorry. I am gotta close that out first. Oh boy, I'm getting forgetting everything already. Get this set up. There we go. A little bit better. No, you can't see white. Okay. This is pretty much my kit for this one. Color wise, I don't really change too much from one class or one painting to the next, my color's pretty much the same. I use a lot of Rembrandts because I get Rembrandts, but they are really good. So I start off with some titanium white. I got yellow, cadmium yellow light, cad red light. I got some lemon yellow back here, but that was from an old painting. And it's still fresh, still pretty good. So who knows? Gets in there, it gets in there. I won't tell you though. Cad orange. This is yellow ochre. This, I think they call it gold ochre. Somehow I got gold ochre sent to me instead of regular yellow ochre. So gold ochre, which is really nice. Anyway, here I'm back to this is oxide red light. I am back to oxide red light. I got a new shipment of paints in, so I'm full. I can teach again. So oxide red light. I got some rose madder deep, permanent rose madder deep here. This is cobalt blue hue I use. Cobalt blue hue. Cobalt is by Utrecht. It is one of the darker colors out there. It is a scientific knockoff of cobalt, and it just happens to be one of the darkest blues out there. But if you add white to it, it becomes this beautiful cobalt. Yeah, so you got two really nice colors in one package. So it really helps out my kit here. I got some over here. I got some phthalo green blue. I know I have on my list phthalo green, and it's phthalo green blue. You know, I just have some burnt sienna out too. Okay, the rest of my kit, I got, of course, I have nice spade bit palette knife. It's very flexible. Comes in handy. I got my big brush. I will send you guys a link to where you can get these big brushes. Except they are really come in handy. They will do about 3/4 of the work on the painting. Then I have some synthetics. I have a few rosemary synthetics I really love, but then I have some knockoff ones down here too. Sometimes you just can't get them in time, so you have to get some other ones. So these ones work really well too. These are not Jerry's Artarama type ones. I can't remember the name. I can't see the name because they're all painted over. I painted over them. Nah. Okay. Then I have some bristle brushes. Definitely gonna need some bristle brushes. One thing about bristle brushes is they get kind of gunky at the end here at one point right here. And what I did before I left for my workshop is I took all my gunky ones. This is really flexible again. This is like brand new again. Well, it doesn't look like it, but it act like brand new again. But what I did, because it was really gunky, I put this coconut oil on it. This pure coconut oil on it. I took it's really kind of hard. It's kind of like a paste. And you just basically rub it in there like soap, like if it was hard soap. And just leave it on there. And I left it on there for, I guess it's been a week. I haven't been using it. And I got this little tip from a buddy of ours there over here tonight. Michael Scudder there came up, told me about that. And so I had to try it out, and it does work, Mike. It does work. It saved me, it can save you a few bucks on your brushes. So think about it. Coconut oil. Also, the last little gizmo I have here is a paint eraser. I use this when I'm painting wet into wet, or heavy day of painting and stuff. I can use this to remove paint. A lot of times when you're painting in your darks areas and stuff, yeah, sometimes you need to clean up things, and you can take this and remove paint and make nice marks too. It's a lot of good uses for this. These I get at the dollar store. And they are just like they're just a spatula, two-sided spatula, one big side, one little side, rubber. They have this rubber, and I just take a scissors and I trim them to a couple sizes I can use, and they come in really handy. All right, that's enough about the kit. Oh yeah, well that's not. No, it's not enough about the kit. One of the things I do, I paint with a safflower oil as my medium. The reason is I don't like to have too much toxins in my house where I paint. So safflower oil is what they use to make all these paints now with the binder for all the paints, and basically it works great. Just thins it out really nice and doesn't really affect the paint at all. Also, I clean my brushes. Put away. Pick up again. I clean my brushes with baby oil or mineral oil. Those two things, really great. Not to have mineral spirits in the house, even if they're non-smelly ones. They still doesn't mean the fumes aren't there. So anyway, back to our painting. Now we get to the busy part. It's all downhill from here. All right, cool. All right, I have a huge monitor over this way I use. This I'll just be able to use and tell you, point to, and tell you about the values and stuff we're going for. Sorry about this. I'll be changing out my ink cartridge real quick, but not today. Okay, I'm gonna look for the darkest darks. When I mix my paints, dark to light. I work dark to light, so I mix my paints dark to light. A lot of darks you're gonna find probably just because of the whiteness of the house. You're gonna find a lot of little contrast in the window or underneath and over here, and then you go into the greens, into the sky, and then into the sand, and then you've got the light points, the clouds. So that's the way we'll probably pretty much mix our colors. I do mix so most of my colors. That way, when I'm mixing and things, I can make sure things on my palette are working color-wise. When it works here, I can make it work on my painting. So that's why I want to make sure everything works well. Okay, so let's mix some colors up. I am gonna go with, I need to get a few blues in here first before I go, because there's gonna be a lot of greens, right? So I'm gonna go with my blues first in this one. And there's gonna be a couple of warm ones and a couple of cool ones. Warm ones are gonna be oxide red and blue. One's going to be, I put out 2 pots. Because whenever I make one pot, I like to have a cool version of it, which would be the blue on the blue side, and then a warmer version of it, which would be on the red side. These two will always guaranteed to work together. And it's always good to have something like that in your paintings that has a guarantee that these guys are going to work. So I might make that one just a touch redder. It's just kind of got a little bit, or maybe I'll make that one more blue. Okay, to make sure that there's a really good difference between the two. Other colors I might want in this dark. I'm going to go alizarin and blue. I say alizarin because that's usually what everybody has. Rose, Rembrandt doesn't make a, alizarin crimson. So I pretty much have to use Rose Madder Deep in place of it, which works really close. It's really close, so it's not a big deal. Really just takes the place of it throughout the painting. It's not like running out halfway through a painting and using it. Okay, greens. Lots and lots of horrible greens in this painting. Right? We got the ones in the front, moving to the back, and to the very back. So what we need to do is really separate these guys out. Size-wise, as far as the depth-wise, trying to make sure we could see some real depth and maybe lighten up some areas even more than they probably should show up. So we're gonna put out a couple greens. And the first one again, I'm gonna go back here and go with a warm oxide red light with it. Phthalo green and oxide red light. One's going to be on the, yep, that was supposed to be on the phthalo green side. But that's oxide red side, as you can't tell. Put a little more green into it because it's not quite as red. There we go. And then I'll make more green in that and make that my green side. Definitely can tell now. Okay, that warm green, when you put warms in these colors, they're going to come forward in space. So anything with a warm red will come forward. The next one I want to put together is a cool green. Now I'm going to use over here alizarin crimson, or like I said, Rose Madder Deep together in green. These guys will be cutting with a little bit of yellow on these guys and oranges. But those are going to be our main colors for the darks and things. We're going to have to mix one for the sky and water. But bringing these guys down, let's yeah, I'm going to bring these guys down, see what we have first. So I also didn't mention though, but I work in piles. So each one of these piles I made, I can split right next underneath it. And I'm going to add white to these colors. Just the one section of them, the bottom section. And I'm going to come up with like a value for the painting. And I'm going to try and get these colors to behave and get to that value with you just using white. So looking at those greens in there, they are pretty dark. I mean, if you squint, the thing is, I'll squint at that painting. I'll squint at the greens right in about here. And they are still very dark. When they go down and stuff, they're still right around an 8. So what I want to do is take these guys to an 8. So that means not much white is going to be added to these guys. Probably just a little bit of white to get these guys to an 8. Let me see. When I get 1 to an 8, that's a 9. This is a 9. It's a little bit more white. I'm going to take them all right down to about this value. Take each one, adding just a little bit of white. Some will, like that one went a little too light right away, but that's okay. Oh, it's still right there. Okay. And these are in blue. Might not be You probably don't see it too much in this painting, but you might. These are the blue ones. Now the next one's going to be of all the phthalo green and oxide reds. These should stay pretty green and not get too much, move too much. So you can get them. Getting the phthalo to play well with the other colors. It doesn't just take over. Could be a little more red in that one. Probably much red in both these guys. Yeah, that's much better. Same with this one. This one's just a little too phthalo green. Oh. Well, that's all right. I'm going to keep that one. I need one on the red side. I need one on the green side. Basically, I wiped out my phthalo green from my phthalo green side. And I just basically these two should be switched, but we're going to go with it. Next ones are the alizarin and phthalo green. Should get some nice purples out of this. You can see that's just a grayed out version of the alizarin crimson and the blue mix. Then we get over here on the green side. I can just added way too much. Just way too much white. And mix that one up again at top. On the top there, that's just phthalo green and alizarin. Oh, not bad. A little bit more green in that. More green.
You're putting more green in, or you're putting mine.
Well, yeah, I overdid the alizarin in it.
Mine looks turquoise.
Yeah. Yeah, mine did too. So it's probably too much white. I'll put out a little more phthalo green. There we go. Don't need much. Okay. So these are some of the colors that can go into most of the painting in the darks and midtones. What we don't have is bright greens yet. So we are going to take each one of these colors here that we just made up. We don't need too much. I'm going to take each one of these colors and take a piece of them and add cad yellow to them. And that should pop these guys pretty well. Should get some interesting greens. Earthy greens. Nothing like phthalo green by itself. We're going to get some greens that will, yeah. Wow, that was a good one. That's a good one. It's a blue and oxide red and blue. And blue, oxide red, white, and just a little bit of yellow now. And yeah, those guys look pretty good together. That's a nice range. Let's see what happens when these guys I don't expect much from. These guys I expect to be kind of dirty, but I might be able to get the sand out of one of that. Or flowers. On the blue side, I expect a lot more. On the red side, yeah, it's gonna kind of dull down. I might steal a little bit more of that. That's pretty good. That could be a nice color in there. That was a lot of yellow I just shoved in that. I should have kept try to also make these at a certain value range, and that I just blew right out of the water thinking about that one next to it. So these will just gray down and see what kind of yellows, greens I'll be getting for this painting. Ah, there we go. We're just gonna get some nicer ones. These last ones should do a really good job about getting really earthy, nice greens in it. Yeah, that's what I figured this one would do. What I'm doing now is taking this and just looking at my, putting it up against my monitor and seeing where it needs to go. If it's too bright, just a hair too bright. So I'll just take a little dark above and bring it in. Maybe a little more purple into it too to bring it out just a hair. Those are kind of like nice, a nice arrangement of greens. And you can tell that, you know, they will all kind of sit back nicely. And things, they will play pretty well together. What I do need though, I need a couple really kind of nice, rich greens to make this work. So I'm going to take a little scratch here, and we're going to do two, one with cat orange, phthalo green and cat orange. This is all over in the painting. This other one, it's going to be a little bit more on the green side, but I'm kind of just going to need to bring in some more phthalo into this one. It's really close to what I have already, so let's clean up, get a little greener. There we go. Now, see how the richness of these two colors really add a lot. Will add a lot to a lot of little areas in this painting. All right. So that should work. Another thing, I'm going to take and bring, think about the sand now. And then, because I got a lot of kind of orange stuff on my thing here. Let's go. I'm going to go with red. Add red. Touch of phthalo. Mostly red. And then add white. White to about a value of 7, probably. No, that's not it. That didn't warm up the way I thought it would. Yeah, a little more green to it. All right. Really thought that was going to come closer. All right, I'm going to have to add cad yellow to it. And if I just would have done, could have just took this cad orange down, I probably would have got the same thing. Just took that cad orange and added some red to it. I probably would have got the same thing. Just a touch more red into that now. And that should be pretty good. No, that's pretty close. It's pretty close. Probably could go just a hair lighter, but I like the way it is. So I'll just take a piece of it and lighten up an area of it. Not too much. Probably add some more yellow to it. Get some warmth in there. Don't have a whole lot of warmth showing through here. So any warmth you put into a painting now will probably stand out pretty nice. So this color, I'll go through all these colors again in 1 second. The last thing is the sky. Definitely a lot of blue, right? Definitely a lot of blue. We got water back there too, which will come out of this color. So I'm putting out just blue. Then I'm going to add, of course, I'm going to add our phthalo green to it. So this will make it a nice aqua, give it a nice little tinge of color. Keep it on, really keep it on the blue side though. And then value-wise, if I keep that blue's really dark. Really is dark. Doesn't look like it, but it is. If I add just a little bit of white to this, I'm going to try and go for this top area value first. And then I'll take this color and play with it a little bit and get the secondary colors to the water. This is pretty close already, value-wise. This is pretty good. Probably pretty good. I probably it just feels like it needs a little red. I'm putting a little alizarin in it. Okay. Now I'm just going to take a piece of this, add some more white to it, get going here. Let's get going. We got to get moving. We got to get this thing painted in an hour. Oh, chop, chop. Let's go. All right. Value-wise, taking this down, definitely got to go down farther than this. But I like this spot. So I'm thinking steps going down the sky from the dark to the light. That's a really great way of keeping the paint clean. Keeping your painting feeling clean too, instead of one going there all in one time and then trying to lighten it up. Having steps in between and then just blending them out. Okay, value-wise, this is getting closer towards what I need, just a little bit lighter. Okay, it's better, but there's two things wrong with it. It should be on the green side. Part of it should be on the green side. I'm going to split this pile, put a little more alizarin, phthalo green into it. Probably have to add some more white because that darkened it up. I'm going to have a lot of paint for an area that I'm not going to have too much going on in. And then on the other side, I'm going to put a little bit of alizarin in. So this is a nice, easy painting that I made very complicated. Thank you very much. Okay. What I'm thinking now, okay, the building itself. I think I can get the roof out of a couple colors right here. The darks. The midtones on that roof, I mean on that building, like I said, it's really a 7. And so you think, you think it's really light, yeah, it's just a hair lighter than these guys. So I might have to go back in and put just a little bit of white into these guys here one more time. Not that yellow, look, I can feel it. Yeah. I need my white. I want to take and lighten these guys up just a hair. That's way too much. That's not a hair.
Is that the rose madder and the blue?
This right here is oxide red, oxide red and blue. And then this is rose madder blue. And that one too. Just putting just a hair more white. I think I missed the value on buildings and the cools. And I'm gonna do it, I don't have to do too many of the greens, but I'm just gonna do these last ones here. A lot of this stuff was probably gonna happen anyway. When I get going and stuff, I'll probably thin out the paint a little bit anyway, and it probably won't be a big deal at all. But till then, you know, if it is, it is. The lightness in this side, there's a little bit of warmth in there, but it's grayed out. I'm seeing some red. I'm seeing some gray. I'm kind of seeing it this color. I think this putty color here. This came from phthalo green and oxide red right here. And I'm gonna take and don't need that much. I'm gonna just kick it with white to up to about a 2 or 3. So that's a lot of white going in here. So it's just gonna be just have a touch of warmth, grayed out warmth in it. I might even hit some yellow into it. I have to hit some yellow into it. Maybe that gold ochre would have been good. It's just some, I hit a little gold ochre in here, but I think or regular ochre would work fine.
Hey, Jim, it's Lori. A substitute for oxide red would be Venetian, did you say?
Yeah, Venetian. Venetian would be great.
Thank you.
Yep, Venetian or Terra Rosa. Yeah. I have to hit the yellow. I'm gonna hit a couple. That piles get too big. That's weird. Okay, that's good. Gonna go with this. I'll go through these colors real quick. These are last ones here are ochre and white, but they came with just a scratch of this oxide red or Terra Rosa or Venetian and phthalo green. All right. We started off with blue and oxide red, warm red here. And we made one on the red side, one on the blue side. Then we brought them down to about a 7 value or 8, just by adding just a little bit of white. Then we just added another little bit more white to bring them down one more step. I think we took them to 8s first. And then we brought them to 7s, but yeah, something like that. Over here we have blue and alizarin together to an 8, to a 7. Over here we have phthalo green and oxide red again, or Terra Rosa or Venetian. Bringing them down with just a little bit of white. These got flipped to this green here, should be on the green side. This red should be on the red side. Over here we have another version of green. We have green and a cool red, which would be alizarin. And we brought those guys down, and you get these really nice, beautiful little smoky grays here. And then I brought it down one more step here to, I took that one too far, to about a 6, the other 7. These were 8, 7s. Also, I just took pieces of each one of those top colors without white, with just a little bit of white. Brought them down here, and I put in cad yellow in each piece of each one of them. And that way, I have lots to play with. I know these guys are all going to work together. I know, all I have to do is separate out the warms and the cools. What's a warm and what's a cool, where it can go. So it gives me some play area. Over here, I did cad orange and phthalo green. This is cad orange side. Just looking at it, I thought it looked just a little too close to this one. This is on the green side, so cad orange and green. Then I was working on the sand here. I started off with cad red and phthalo green. And added white And I said, well, that's not right. That's not, didn't gonna come to, it was too pinky. So I had to add some cad yellow into it. I got it to the right color, but I just want to have another value for topping colors and stuff. So I took a piece of it and added some more white to it. And that's pretty close. Okay, over here, I started working on the sky, and that's blue and phthalo green. Pretty simple. I put in just a touch of alizarin into it, just a touch of it to knock it down a little bit. Then I added a bunch of white and came to about a mid-tone value of it, coming down coming down here. And then as we get down to the bottom here, I need to, I took the color and lightened it up one more time, and then I made one on the green side over in here, and then one on the little bit of purple side I see in there. So I wanted to get that. So that's just a little more alizarin into it, a piece of it. Clouds I did not even touch yet. Doggone it. I just like, see how rusty I am? Clouds, I'd probably start off with yellow, white, just straight white, without dog hairs in it. Be great. To make up one on the ochre side, just a touch of ochre in it. Really high key. And then one maybe on the pink side, just a little bit of oxide red into it. It's a little pinky. That's not it yet. We'll see. It doesn't come out too strong yet. We'll play with that. We'll have to play with that a little bit. Might have put just a little blue into them. Ram out a little bit. They don't jump too hard. And then yeah, the side of the building, I went with just ochre. Well, I started off with some phthalo green and red and oxide red, a little piece of that and a lot of white. I just needed to be warmed up, so I kept putting in some ochre into it, yellow ochre and white. It's about right now. It should be fine. And if not, I'll just keep adding white. No big deal. The roof's going to come probably from right in here, these colors, a couple mixes of color there. All right. That's about it. Any questions? All right. Let me put this underneath there. I will flip back. We're coming back. It's still up. Get this going. So that was the important stuff. Trying to get those colors right. I'll be able to bring you guys in pretty tight here on this one. Take that down. Take this one down. Turn it straight. Okay. There you go. That's close as I can. Probably can get it right there, but I got to get a foot in here. Anyway, I'm gonna tone this canvas down, and then we'll get busy. Looking at this, I'm thinking, could be a red, could be a thing. I'm gonna go, I got some burnt sienna out here. We had, someone just tone it with burnt sienna. This is just oil, safflower oil and a little burnt sienna. I'm working on a linen primed canvas here. It's linen and it's just primed, sorry. So in those greens, this red orange will be really good for the greens. So even anything I do here will be good. I just want to get rid of white. And up top, I'm just going to add a little bit more oil to my brush, just a lot less color, and I'll wipe this out too. Just wipe out everything. Yeah. So laying this out, it lays out pretty nice because it's already at 2/3. It's up here at the 2/3 level of the painting. So 1/3. It could go up it could probably end up going a little higher on the sides, lower here, and then water back into here. Thinking about how high this building can go. Got to keep them, at least an inch to the top here. I can't go too high. Stop, and then to the sides. I want to keep a little bit room on the side here. I want that there. Comes down. Comes way down here. Okay. Well, that's really small. What I'm trying not to do is get it. I'm going to bring it down. Trying to keep it from being directly in center, end up being directly in center. Yeah, barely made it bigger. I think I'll just make this back end just a hair bigger. Perspective's pretty flat on. It's not like a huge thing. I mean, we got, basically this area here. I mean, you got a little perspective going in the front end. You get that. Let me see how this fits. How's that feel? And I'm gonna keep the door skinny. There, things like that. Pretty basic. And get that sand just kind of comes in here. Couple darks over there. Over there. That gets moved up there. Okay. Okay. So, keeping it pretty simple. Like I said, the snow fence, the sand fence, whatever, kind of goes in here. Some little things, making sure when you do the grasses and stuff, make sure you don't have too clean of a line. Make sure you got a little sand showing through on all the way around and stuff breaking up. That's a good key here. I'm going to just try to keep this from being a straight line, shoot through here and just bend it out, bend it around a little bit, I think. All right. I'm going to put in my darkest darks right away. Probably end up even touching the roof right now too, I think. Trying to get some things going. Trying to get the structure going of this painting. So going through here, I got my blues. This is oxide red and blue. No white. And I'm going to start thinking about, getting this stoop in here. Just start to get that in. Set up this side here. Probably just a little high, but that's okay. In the back one, I'm just gonna put a little more red into it, make it a little different. And not, can't even tell. Here I'm just putting in a shadow. This is oxide red and blue, but it's on the oxide red side. And I want to get the shadow in here and back in here. Might even cool it off just even that one tiny step back. I might put a little blue on this line and keep that warm. Since I have that oxide red out. And on my brush, I'm just gonna put in the shadow here. Strong there and into the top of the roof. Might even take and just put it, yeah, that's what I'm gonna do. Just gonna put a slight little coating of it on the top of this roof too. Come back and do the same down below. A lot lighter. Still try to keep that shadow strong. We'll just kind of, since it's an older building, maybe we just give it just a little sway when we get there. Give myself an idea that just this comes down just a little bit more, in the middle. Probably has a broken beam in there or something, That'd be nice. That's usually what you do. You try to add a little bit of something to it. Before I get into the greens, well, looking at it going, probably just keep going, I think. Because this just needs to be all, pulled down a little bit, I think. I just want to give the next color something to grab onto and marry with here. Start to get the real structure of this building in, so. So I just washed it one more time. Just I added a little bit of oil to my brush. I'm talking little. I didn't add much. And then that way I can start to judge, how bright that little area is compared to everything else. Because I'm gonna be probably switching to greens now and fill this thing up real quick. Which I am. I'm just running through the top layer of colors. The phthalo green without any white colors, just without them. And so the next one would be phthalo green and oxide red on the green side. And I'm going to find a lot of that in these really darker back here pieces of bushes and into these guys coming up right in here underneath and into here. Like I said, there's a bush here. I'm just going to take and move it over a little bit instead of leaving it in the catch that corner and stuff a little bit. So I am painting shapes. I'm not really like painting objects right now. I'm just taking this whole section here and this section here and pushing them together. I'm just painting basically what I think I see. I need some little that kind of shape. The front edge of this area right here, this front edge, I'm going to switch over since that was on the green side. This will be on the red side. So this is going to have a lot more red to it. And you can just see how that just kind of comes forward over that coolness. And that's what I'm doing. And this is where I was saying also, going to bring in some sand here and break this line up here. I just put in really kind of hard, but and I'm just going to lightly just get rid of this color in my brush. It's a nice color. And it's probably going to go mostly in the front here anyway. So I'm also going to look at it right here in this post. I'm going to move mine over. I don't want it to line up with the back end of the house, and I've already, I kind of moved everything in. So I'm going to move this out here. Just there's something, gaping hole here. So having, me, I'm just going to do it here. So this is where those plants are climbing the thing right here. I'm going to probably shrink that down a little bit. There you go. And push that in. Get back in here. I'm going to go cooler. I'm going to switch my next colors and phthalo green and alizarin. And start to put these in right in this back area here. And then alizarin side front here. Pretty dark. Might even be able to use some of that up here, even in this shingles and stuff. When I get to figuring out this area here. Also, I'm going to use some, this has the phthalo green and alizarin. I'm going to put it at the bottom of this guy too, to cool it off, because there's a little shadow going on here. So even compared to a warm red to a cool red. That will come in handy. A lot going on. Just looking for places to tone, get some green in underneath, especially in the shadow side here. Bring it in, just when I warm it up, it should come together pretty quick. So there's your darks. We went through the darks just like that. We didn't do the blue, but we went through the darks really well. I want to do the blue with a nice clean brush, so that's why we won't be touching the sky till near the end. But now my brush is messed up, and now I'm going to go to my second tier colors. These ones we just added a little bit of white to them. And I'm going to start working on this side of the building, the ones we started getting going on. Going to keep it cool at the bottom, more purple at the bottom, and blue on the bottom, a little more greenish on the top. That's what I'm seeing. So I'm going to go with phthalo green and alizarin on the blue side here with a little white. And see, that might be just the too dark one. This is the next one I mixed up, which is better. I'm putting that here on the bottom of this square. I will work out a lot of this stuff as I go. Value-wise, needs might be, it's nice. It will be a little dark, but we're going to lighten it up in a second. So I'm just going to take it to this section here. The back one, I'm going to keep it more purple. Keep that one a little more green. This one's going to be a little more purple even in it. Now a little bit, I lost that step here. I was thinking about, I have to put it in. Okay. Like I said, just now, I was going to come in with a warmer green on top of that. Let me see. Probably one with just a touch of yellow in it. Let's see if this works. This one is the same color. No, it's cad red. No, it's alizarin and phthalo green with just a little bit of yellow in it. And that was on the red side up top here. Just letting it marry in with that already more green version of it on there. Back in here, I think I'm going to go a little cooler yet. Go on maybe on the green side, just a little more. Well, maybe it should be red. Just on top. Okay. That might be a little much. It's all right. We still got color we're going to put over it. We're just getting colors underneath it to get it exciting and make it pop. If you don't do that, it's going to be kind of boring. So that's what I'm looking at. I might now come down and do a little these cooler grays. Let's see what these do into it. These will gray it out all. These grays I'm talking just said were blue and oxide red with white. These are probably at number 7. On the blue side, should be able to start thinking about this door. Might not be that color. Try. No, that's, you see that just pops out of there. Way too cool. It's gotta be more on the green side. So, we'll be back to the phthalo green. Let me see this. Well, that tones it out at least. I think it's gonna have to be on the lizard, phthalo green and lizard side. No, that's what it's gonna end up being. Well, that's why I needed that warmth around there. Probably need a little more red though, I think on back end. Okay. I think I'm gonna go back in. This is trying to get that shadow in here again. Moving it down a little bit. Trying to keep everything kind of soft right now. Okay. It's a start. All right. So, like I said, I'm not going to really worry about this, but I am going to put in the shadow. I'm going to do it phthalo green and oxide red and white. And I'm going to do this, that line there, kind of heavy. So it's warm. And then I'm going to put the shadow in with the green side of it. Pull the green side. Maybe just a little cooler than what I have, but not much. I can just lay that line right there and just drop it in and drop it straight down. Could have been a couple values lighter. Lighten that up. Yeah. Gonna leave it there. Like just coming on a little, went a little short on these guys. Check the drawing out a little bit better. All right. Okay. Can live with that right now. That's a good little quick spot. I'm gonna switch to a bristle brush and put in all this grasses and stuff on top. Gonna go through that second line of greens. I'm gonna save the cad orange and phthalo greens and that mix, those two mixes till the end. put on top to really help separations. But I'm gonna trying to work these other greens in here and see where they go. Coolers in the back, I'm thinking, so I'm looking for my cooler greens. Those are ones that probably have a little blue in them, or more on the phthalo green side. You know, this one has a little, this is a alizarin, no, blue and oxide red and yellow. So this has a little bit of a cooler green to it. And I was thinking about maybe back in here, to start back in here behind on this area back in there. See where it can come in here. A lot of shadows going in here, so I'm going to take it right into the building too. Over here, it might not go too many places. So let's look. I'm not going to bring it forward very much. I'm trying to keep it at least in the back here. Okay, there's this one here. This one's a little warmer. This is phthalo green, alizarin, and yellow. This gets a little bit warmer than that. That's so you can just see the difference. It could come in right in here in this area on the shadow side, right in here. Not going to worry about the fence. I'm going to paint right through it. Except we're not going to, even in this area here, going to bring it in a little bit more. I do like to get some height back in here, coming back up there on that area stuff. So these greens might have to go up a little bit. Carry that edge a little bit more. See what happens over here, and bring it back in here. You can work back in this certain areas back in here really well. Just here. Got to keep it pretty simple when I do these bushes and stuff. Just catch the tops of them. Not doing too much besides pulling down. Keep it really simple. Because it will get complicated. It's going to get complicated. So we'll try to keep it simple here. Just rubbing it in. Not a whole lot of color on that. Just getting it. See what I have here. Where I got to go. All right. So I'm going to go my next coolest green. That should come in warmer. It's a little warmer than that green and should come in right in front here. In front of it, right in here. And work well. Really close to it. Just a hair more yellow in it. Or red in it. Trying not to lose all my darks that I put in. Because when they're gone, you lose a lot of structure. I'm going to try and keep those guys together. And just fill this sucker in. Okay, I got to get some more darks in there before I keep going. There you go. Give that, I'm going to, just like everything else, just make sure you give leans to things. You know, I got a pole here. I'm just making sure it's going to lean a little bit to this side. Okay. That's working out good. This is back to the phthalo green and the alizarin because I kind of missed my darks right in here at this area here. So I'm just going to rubbing them in a little bit. And now I'm going to go back into my greens, at least a little bit, not totally. They lost too many darks too early. Okay. Okay, just look at it. Next one's pretty much everything gets a little lighter and stuff. I got a couple really kind of more. These are kind of like really grayed out greens and stuff. And look at where these guys can go. These this is on the red side of the oxide red and blue mix with yellow in it. So it's really kind of a taupey kind of color. Not a whole lot of richness to it. Looking at it up here even. I can see it there, and I can also see this more version of it without the phthalo in it as much. Very yellow in it. This comes out a little bit farther too. Okay. That helped. I'm sorry, I just, looking around to see where the colors go as I play. Start to put these colors down, and that kind of grayed out yellow. Could see it in here. Probably some moss growing on these wooden, shingles and stuff. All right. The more I put green on this thing, though, the less you can see the green on the building. That's the thing. It looked really green at the first part of this, and now that the green's coming in and stuff, it's kind of taking the curse off the green on that side of the building. So it's way to go. Anything else? I got some little lighter. I need some lighter ones back in here to push this stuff up. A little warmer ones too. Let's see, these are phthalo green and oxide red with yellow. Working with right now. Probably should need. I need. What I'm looking at when I'm putting all these things in here, I'm looking at. I got all these colors, but what I'm missing is red. I don't really have a lot of red ones. I didn't push the red on the sides into the greens, so I might come back with the oxide red into this color and push this red back in here, so I can get that in here. Yeah, that's definitely what I needed. Right around this area. You can't tell by this photo, but you can do that. That'll work. Even over here, there's a couple little areas over here I wanted to separate out too. I didn't do a great job of that yet. That's the way it goes. Just keep building. That's about it with that. I'll break this area up a little bit more. Over here, we've got that greens growing over this thing a little bit. Definitely would be nice to get a little bit more darks in that area, I think, or darker greens. Green side. So, and it was St. Pat's Day yesterday, so a lot of green for that too, you know? That's what I was thinking, really thinking probably. You know? Yeah, that's what I was thinking, I'm sure. I had these picked out a while ago. Because I sent this one off with the original thing, the original, so I said, oh, this would be a good one to start with, that's all. So I'm putting a little more phthalo back into my yellow-green phthalo and alizarin mix on the green side. Just getting it a little more green. And I could see that, you know, I think it's going to end up being highlights on these back bushes and stuff come through here. That's about it. I'll take that all the way off. Set this one just a little higher. Okay. Darker here. I wanted to be a little chaotic with my strokes that fit in there. And I'll just kind of loosen it up as I go here. I think that's pretty good. I'm going to just put in the sand now and probably see how it goes, see how it's looking before I go too much farther. I'm going to put in some dark first before the sand. Just a little too light. That's what I'm thinking. So the color I'm using here for the sand is, again, we start off with cad red, just a little bit of phthalo green, then I added some cad yellow, and then we added white. And why I just shoved in that dark in there underneath it, just to, I figured it's going to make a lot of these marks here for me easier. I'm going to go for the midtown, get that painted in. And I'll come back with a little bit lighter version of it. I think I can use this. I'll just rock my brush through here a little bit and get some of that tone showing through. But I kind of painted those guys in, so just by twisting my brush in here, I should be able to. All this in. So that's the front part. We're going to just bring that sand up here too, because I, you know, just down this hill here, just because where the height is. Just mark a few spots here. Also, that'll help with this green thing here, just pushing that forward, just getting that little bit of lightness behind it. I still probably need to hit it a little darker in front. Okay. That's a good, decent little block in. I'm going to go back to my old brush and grab a new one. Not too polluted. Then put in the sky real quick. I want to put in the sky. Gonna leave areas kind of blank here for the clouds. They don't have to do too much. But we made the cloud color up too, but let's see if I need how much we need of it. That's where the dark one goes. Just bring it down a little bit. Just straighten up some edges. Anything I need to have down in here. This is still the dark phthalo green and alizarin, or phthalo green and blue. Just a touch of alizarin in it. I'll bring it down to there. So I'm going to come back with a lighter version that has more white in it. And push it back up. And get the tones I need. This, let's just go down to the really high key ones here. This is one with the little alizarin added to it on this side. I'm just gonna straighten out that house with it. There's some water back there too. So that's a little more greenish and grayish. Grayed out blue sky. So I'm adding just a little bit of that phthalo green and orange mix to it. Now I'll bring it down a little bit more in before we can see it. Not bad. I'll make it just a little bit bluer on the back edge. See where I can put some of this blue I have, blue green I have here coming in my brush. Sure can, liven up a lot of areas here yet. A lot of dead areas. Wait till we put the seagulls in. All right. On the other side, definitely a little bit more greenish white on this side of the sky. Same value, but just a little more greenish. Probably put a little bit of that in over here too. So it's not all by itself. See, I'm getting the big areas before I start touching everything, and I'll pollute my brush really quickly when I get into here. I won't be able to go back up. Just a little. Got to cover up a little bit of the water showing through. That's all right. That I can deal with. How are we doing time wise? Just looking to beef up some light right here in the areas here, trying to get some glints of light to start to happen. It's going to be a lot of those, but really kind of still really need to get this dark in right. Let's see, it's going in, it's always black. Mm. Well, I am going to lighten up, take a synthetic. And put in this sand a little bit better now, top. I can put on the side of that building with this. I'll clean this brush and put it in the side of that building. Let's see, I'm going to go with the pretty light version of ochre and white version first and see how light. I think I can almost need to go lighter than what I have. No, it's about right. Gonna cut that shadow. That's what we're trying to get at, this shadow here. Get it kind of nice and clean. I have to push the roof back out. It's cooler color underneath. Okay. Yeah, it's a little brighter than what was there. But that's okay. That's okay. I'm gonna put in some of these uh, little markings up on the roof here. Think about getting this over here. This oops, brush is just getting a little falling apart here. Touch of oil in it. Grab my color. I'll just touch this edge here. Just enough to get that going through. Then I'll do the other one. Okay. Now I can really start to look at this thing and go, all right, well, this could come over here a little bit. Can you use a little bit of the sky, light sky? And run that over this mid section of this building. I can bring this out just a hair more. It's too bright. What I was looking for, but just a hair too bright. Back there, just gonna gray it out with a little bit of sky. It's a little bright. One more stroke should push it right into place. No, too big a brush. Too should be purple. Not that purple. Great purple. Oh, great purple. More little phthalo green and alizarin should have been. Okay, last little things we start thinking about probably a little thing we kind of put in at the very beginning were these steps here. Amazing, they just need a highlight on them. Not even a highlight, it was just basically a marking. Cool. Purple. I'll put him in these shadows a little stronger. Gonna run that. Run the shadow in the dark coat here. Looks a little cartoony. I got probably because of this down here. Green and window. Okay, last little area I'm gonna do. It's only 9 o'clock. Wow. Okay, take some time. Think about these posts and stuff going through here. You know, holding up the fence. So I'm gonna paint those guys in a little bit. That should help. I'm just gonna put a little light on the highlight on the one side of the post. Keep the other side kind of dark and reddish color. Get back in here. Lots of little stuff you have to put in. Okay. Let's put in, I'm gonna put in these pickets, and I'm just gonna erase them out. I'm gonna get the first, I'm gonna start in the middle, gauge the first few in the middle, because they're the ones that kind of catching a lot of light. So about where they come. And I'm gonna pull the paint off it. And we'll just keep going now. A little less pressure, taking off less paint. Every once in a while you get one where you get a little bit more paint up, pull off it. And these guys really kind of lean. I'll lay it down over here. I think I'm just gonna drop a couple of it in over here since it's so easy. All right. Um, yep. I'm gonna go to my littler brush. Think about putting a person in real quick. Somebody with like somebody right about here maybe, with just like a kind of a red, cad red Lisbon mix. Just like waist up kind of thing, just like a in between flowers and stuff. So how high? I mean, she should be probably, that's about right. What else do I want to do there? This little sun hat. There's not too much white in that color. All right. Always the last little things. Just keeping adding, trying to add life to this thing. Maybe I can go back in and just run a brush over these few things, just to make a few different ones. Okay, I'll bring out the knife and let's see if we can put this guy to bed. We're gonna add certain later greens in here. Break up as leaves and things going into this guy. Blend out a few of these things like just the building itself now a little bit. Just using the blade to a little bit of this darkness back in the shadow here. Just using the blade to add texture by not doing too much, just popping it up top and just bringing it down here a little bit, touching it in. Okay. Yeah, the rest would be just to did not put too much of this orange in yet. So let's put a few of these guys in the spots. Draw some attention to this area here. And that's about it. I did want to come back in and just put these guys in right. Might want to just put them in with a knife just real quickly like this. I'm just not sure if I like that. But I got the nice thing is I got the placement in really well. So now just to put some coloring over it. pretty good. Maybe it comes back up over here too. Oh, something like that. I need my darks put back in. Prevent this. Higher. Okay, let's see how everybody's doing here. Yeah, this is gonna go in very good. Quickly. And touch it in here. I am using, in fact, I'm using the window color, the building color in here. Color I mixed up, I thought was just a little cool. I could come back with it. It was a bad idea. Okay, let's get going here and see what everybody has. And you know, out there. I'll bring you in real quick. You can sort of see what's going on. Needs a little bit of love. But you can start seeing the texture in the roof starting to show up right. And some of the sand and the thing. So a little bit of more work to do. All right. Let's see. Anne Marie, did you paint?
Did.
Yay. Let's see what Anne Marie
Yay.
did.
Okay. I painted small this evening because
I did.
I did an 8x10 because I'm trying to use my panels. So
Good. This is like one of those would be perfect for an 8x10. There you go. Really? Wow. Yeah, that looks good. I mean, yeah, that fits really well in a small painting. Has a lot
Yeah.
of texture, even so far. Yeah, you need to brighten up the front edge, the front area a little bit more. But I think you caught the building color probably better than I did. So I like that. Congrats on that. Good job on the cloud so far. And yeah, you might just need to, in the front edge of the painting, just some more yellow greens, yellow, red, greens going in the front, and that should work out. You didn't put in the fence yet, did you?
no.
Okay. All right. That's probably why.
Okay.
Really good, great start.
Okay. I'll proceed.
Doesn't look like an 8x10. Looks big.
Well, it's an 8. Yeah, it's an 8x10.
Yeah. Oh, okay. All right. I tell you, looks good from here.
Okay,
All right,
Thanks.
Eva, did you paint?
There you are.
Here she is, just like that. She's in front of it. Oh, what size did you paint?
Oh, small, 11 by 14 or something like this.
That works. That works. That would work out perfect. Yeah. I can see that burnt out grass area on your lawn right there. You did. From your photos you sent everybody. You're a little pyro, weren't you? Okay. So far on this, yeah, this is coming along really good. I like the lean, direction of the sand going, sand path going in there. Let's see, that looks good. The buildings look pretty good color wise. You followed my direction right down the wrong road. Congrats. Good sky so far. Are you going to put in the cloud, you think, or not?
I was trying, but after that, well, most probably I have to work on skies and details and of course all those greens, etc.
Yeah, I know.
Proper
Yeah. Oh, but you got the worms up front, and that helps a lot. That you can just see by putting those red greens at the very front that it pushes everything else back. Congrats on that. I'd say watch your sand color might be a little cool. You probably need to put a little bit more yellow in that, but that not by much. And anything else, yeah, get your other greens in. I think you're on the good road. You gonna put seagulls or anything in it, or people?
Yeah, I don't know. I'm scared of seagulls. No, the other painting is still without seagulls.
Oh, so when you get into seagull mood, you'll finish them both off.
Maybe.
Okay. Good job on that. Congrats.
Okay, thank you.
Okay. Let's see. Kim, she's up. Let's see everybody else turn your stuff on too. Let's see what Kim did.
Let's see if you can see it. If I do it this way.
Oh man, that has a lot of life to it. Oh, I love your cloud. Oh, congrats, Kim. That's really cool. Wow, that has a really great feel to it so far going in. I think you probably have to brighten up the front edge of that building, the light side, a little bit more. I really do like that cloud back there. It really explodes out of there and stuff. That's cool. Yeah, watch. Yeah, not too many watches yet here. I think you're in good side. It's good, really neat area. I really like the way you handled your fence. You gave that fence a direction going back into the buildings, pointing back in there, which is really nice. That's a real nice idea. And just the glimmer on them and stuff. You see some really age of them, and then the sandbank next behind them. Yeah, that's a really nice area right there. I love that. Work on the buildings a little bit more and work, clean up the water back there.
To do for the
And-
top edge of the main roof, so it doesn't look such a hard edge.
Yeah. I kind of gave it just a little dip,
Uh-huh.
Gave
Okay.
it just a little dip, and you might want to give it a little dip on both sides, on the bottom and the top, So
Right.
just kind of have the broken roof a little bit, but not too much, Same with the back one, the back building. You do that, and you're going to give it a lot more, even more character and stuff to the place. I like that, and if you want to put in your window's nice. I like that, and I think. Wow, I like a lot of that. I like your paintings come along really nice. I like the colors. You're keeping it toned down. I think it's going to be, you put in a few more brighter greens. You don't have to put too many in even. I really like the tone of it. Congrats.
Good, thank you.
Okay. You didn't expect me to beat you up, did you? On that one?
Well, I covered the canvas, so I was expecting to get credit for that.
You did. You got more credit than that. That's really a pretty, could be a really pretty painting.
Ugh,
Congrats.
it's everywhere.
Okay. Let's see, Lori.
Yep.
Hey, Lori. Good to see you
Hi.
back. Ooh, Lori. Oh man. Nice. Nice. Way to move that building all the way over too. I like that, moving it over and off out of the center there and adding some things there. That's pretty nice.
Yeah, my fence isn't going in so good, but I think I'll wait till it dries a little.
Okay. All right. So yeah, I like that. I like that a lot. I like that. That's a good idea. The sky, you're keeping it calm and quiet. That's not bad. With that strong cloud back there. That's good. That's really nice. Just taking it in right now. I think you probably could still go a couple shades, another shade darker on the shadow side of the buildings.
Okay.
That will help to pop that light a little bit more, really pop the light on that front part of the building.
I can see it now that it's on the screen.
Yeah, and if it's different in person, you gotta, that's up to you. I would say take the sand, and then you got the sand path there, and bring that into the building a little bit more. Bring a line, a little thing to go around the building or something, just to bring us in a little bit closer instead of stopping there. That'd be nice, because you can use it to give you some undulations in the grass or in the sand. That would be, real helpful. Okay. One of the things you did lose your the water back there on the sides. You want to think about moving it or anything? Thinking about putting it on the other side?
Yeah, I guess I could move some of those bushes.
Yeah, it's just in between the middle bush and the one on the side there. You might be able to,
Okay.
get some water in through there just a little bit. I think that'd be cool.
All
All right.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, cool.
Good to be back.
Thanks. All right, who we have here? Who else? Carol Olson. Did you paint? Let's see if she shows up. She might be quiet. Carol, hi. Hi. Yeah, you got to probably turn on your mics off. That's okay. You can just show it to us. You didn't paint? You did paint.
Yeah, I had to, this is my first class
Yeah.
with you, and I got the time totally wrong. I'm in Santa Fe, New Mexico. So I got my time screwed up, but I didn't understand how your class was set up. So now I know, and I can do a painting next time.
Okay, this is taped too anyway. So
I'm going to go back and watch it. Yeah, I will. And I'll try to do
Okay.
this one. I didn't know if you sent out an image for people to use or how it worked.
Yeah, I usually send out an image every week. And
Okay.
a lot of that is just, I'll say, I'm going to paint a landscape and you guys give me an idea of what you guys are interested in painting. And I'll
Okay.
throw it in, try to find something and look in my box and see what I have.
Okay, so now this is clearer to me. I wasn't sure how it worked.
No worries, no worries. Santa Fe, how's Santa Fe these days?
It's great.
Yeah, nice temperatures.
Well, it's a little on the cool side, but nothing to complain about.
Yeah, that's good. Santa Fe's a nice area.
Very nice. Yeah, I like it.
Okay. Well, we'll see some more of you pretty soon, I hope,
Yeah, definitely. I just now I'm getting a better oriented here, so I know I'll get it.
No worries. No worries.
Thank you, James. I
Okay.
appreciate
Thanks for
it.
joining in.
Uh-huh.
Okay, let's see. We'll go on to Sharon here. See if Sharon's awake. See, that's the thing is I catch everybody awake here. Sorry. She doesn't have anything on. I'll come back to my stuff. Wait till anybody else wants a show. Anybody else want a show?
Well, I'm here.
Oh, yeah. I'm sorry, Kathleen.
It's all right.
Sorry,
Um,
I keep getting this number thing on your pad there,
Oh,
so that's why it
well,
doesn't.
I
I
use
go,
my iPad again because it's bigger than my phone.
that's
So
cool.
I got it
That's
working
cool.
again.
Oh yes, fun.
Well, it's a little rough.
Good.
My buildings are
Yeah.
a little dark, but that'll lighten them up a little more, you think? Kind of
No,
green.
I think your greens look good. You're just missing your sand. That's all you're missing.
Oh, okay. Lighten that
I
up
think-
more.
No, get
All right.
it in there right there. Yeah, right now it's kind of a green sand and
Yeah.
stuff. And then I like, some roughness to it. Really, kind of fun.
Well, yeah, I thought I'd kind of do almost like a palette knife. I just felt like laying it on more. So
I would think that would probably, I was just kind of getting there too, just trying to get some texture in there and stuff because there are so many greens.
yeah,
Trying to pull some separation out of them.
right. Yeah, that's
I-
kind of what I was thinking too. So
I think yours are separating very nicely so far, in
Well,
the front
thank you.
to the back.
it
and
needs
stuff.
a
Yeah.
little refinement, I know, but
Yeah, just
but-
a little bit, But I love the cloud and
Yeah.
the sky in the corner there. Really, I
thank
love the way
you.
those guys come out and go right into the building. So like that,
Okay.
I'd say, yeah, you just get a little more sandish color
All right.
in there, and then see how that goes. I think it's
Okay.
really, it's a pretty little painting.
well, thank you. It was fun.
And if you
I've
guys
been
want to
doing
add
so much
another
detail
window
lately.
on
It
this,
was nice.
yeah,
So,
cool, great job.
okay. All right. Thanks, James.
Okay, and Monica, did you paint? Therese, did you paint? Therese? Oh, there's you. I'll get you off there. No one else is talking to me. Okay. Let's see, Monica and Teresa? Teresa? Is it Teresa? Teresa? Sure, you have everything off. Okay, well, that's it. We've run out of time. We're right there, pretty close. As you can kind of see the process again, after you have those colors mixed, it kind of goes pretty quickly after you can start to lay out what you need, what you can see your colors, and you can start to lay them in depth wise, warm to cools and lights to darks. And they kind of, things will work out pretty well. Of course, you're going to have the special color of a bush. Sometimes it's going to throw everything off, but yeah, that's what we got to deal with. This one I'm going to finish up. I'm going to probably add a few more things to it. I tried putting in the person back in here, just a little red and a little hat, and trying to see how I could, get away with a couple strokes without, working too hard. Yeah, it's a start.
I think it's good. The red.
The red's always a good one to pop out of the greens, and then you can make it small and it doesn't, it grabs the eye, but you don't have to be big. And then when it's small, you can't get the detail in it. And so everybody gives you a break on being a bad life drawing person there on that one. Right. So, hey, gotta take advantage of all these things. Okay. So next week, week 2, what do you guys want to paint? We did it's kind of a landscape, seascape here. So we can do an animal if anybody
Yeah.
wants doing it.
I would.
Animals be good.
Okay, we'll figure an animal out. Any certain animal anybody want?
Oh. How about
I paint
goats?
cat-
Well, we
Goose.
did goat last year, didn't we? Sheep,
Goose.
Sheep?
like
Highland
both
cow.
of the sheep?
Highland cow. We just painted a Highland cow in a workshop and stuff, didn't we?
Oh.
Boy, those
Yeah.
are, well, we did one last year. Okay, I'll look for something, barnyard type like things.
Yep.
Maybe,
Okay.
we'll get a bunch of stuff,
Yeah.
and maybe
Hey,
even
A
James?
pig, a pig,
Yes.
a nice
a
good looking.
pig.
A pig would be good. Yeah.
Are you doing your Thursday animal thing?
This week, yeah.
Can you repost that? Because I couldn't find it to sign up.
Okay. Yeah, I should have, me and my advertising, I'm real so good at pushing my advertising
What's,
out there for everyone can find something.
What's the animal this week? Jim, what's the animal this week?
We are painting Fenrir again. It
Okay.
is about translucency in the water.
Okay.
So it's a little more overhead shot, and it's more about the movement of the water and seeing through the water and paws in the water and fur in the water and nose in the water type things. Seeing the depth there.
Yeah, that's
It will be a really good one, I'm gonna say. So
Can't wait to see it.
okay. Well, it will be fun. And so I think that's it. I'll let you guys go. We'll finish these up, put them up on the Facebook site, and let's see what everybody's done, and we'll give you another critique there. So so no slacking off. I want to see a bunch up there.
Okay.
Thank you.
that's fair.
Okay.
Good
Hey,
to have her back.
Sharon, are you here now?
I am.
Did you paint?
I did.
Did you want to show? Because I'm sorry, guys. I just want to see Sharon. You guys, anybody wants to go, they can go. Everybody shut off on me already. I'm sorry, Sharon. I saw your thing down back there. I didn't see it didn't turn on. So
I haven't quite figured out my iPad to switch it around, so I'll work on that.
Okay.
Okay. I'll post on Facebook.
Okay,
Where
you want
I'm
to
at.
just do it? You want to just do that?
Yeah, please.
Okay.
No, we're gonna sit here and stare at you.
Yeah.
We're not going anywhere. You can't get away. Okay, if I have to be on this thing, you gotta be on it. No, thanks anyway. Yeah, show it on Facebook. We'll be happy to give you another critiques there. All right.
Sounds good.
Next
Hey,
week, some
bye-bye.
barnyard animal. All right.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right,
Good night.
guys.
See you
All right,
Thursday.
Thank you.
right.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Yeah, hope to see you guys Thursday.
Okay.
Okay. Bye.
Bye.
Bye.